Yeah, I was trying to go live using my laptop so I could do the screen sharing thing where you share videos and all that cool stuff, but I guess that's not going to be happening because my laptop's just a little too hood and I don't have the money for the kind of equipment that it would take to do that. Usually you have to have like a good computer and it works best with more than one monitor. I only got one monitor and it's a crappy little laptop that's just out of date. So it's all good. That's not going to happen. Let me get my water. I'll get the laptop over here. Hope you guys are having a better day than me. I'm doing all right. We're going to get this stream going though, and we're going to keep it going because this one's on my phone, so it's nice and steady. It's good to go. I just can't do any screen sharing. I can't bring up any videos, but that's okay. I'll carry the whole video on my own. I don't need to share videos and comment on stuff. I've got some notes, and I'll figure it out. Maybe we'll play some video games again. Maybe we won't. We'll see. We'll see what's in store for us here. Bear with me here for a moment. I'm just, yeah, here we go. I don't, duh, it's unavailable, so then find me the one that is available. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to whoever's tuning in, the one person doing big things over here on Light of Taper. We got one viewer. I don't expect a ton of viewers on this. J Dyer's about to go live, and honestly, I would be watching him too, so. Can we, yeah, I mean, not all the videos are unavailable. Come on. All right, here we go. I wonder if I can. I don't think I'm going to be able to put that link in the chat. What up, Provo? What up, dog? Hope you're doing good, brother. I'm having a crazy morning. I'm trying to figure all this. Okay. Trying to figure this technology out. I'm very, very boomery when it comes to technology. So yeah, I was streaming earlier on my laptop so I could do the screen share thing and watch videos, but that's not going to happen with this. The kind of equipment I have right now is just not going to be able to support that kind of stream. So I'm going to have to do things a little grassroots, old school style, you know? A little grassroots style here. That's how we got to do things. And I don't even know how I'm going to put my donation link in the chat because my laptop's giving me trouble. Bear with me 1 second, guys, while I move this all around and do annoying, unnecessary stuff. So the orientation's locked. Good for you, great. Can I see my chat? Live chat. Can I participate in my live chat? I don't think I can. Right? Yeah, I hear you, Provo. I hear you, bro. Great. I don't think I can do my Streamlabs link just yet. You know what? I think I can. I can figure it out. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna go to Streamlabs. Bear with me, guys, because I want to be able to share this link with you guys, so you can donate and send in messages. Because I'm not monetized here on YouTube. I could be monetized, but I'd have to take down like a bunch of videos. I have a bunch of copyright strikes for like music I've used and things of that nature. Plus, I talk about a lot of things that are kind of controversial, and I don't want to have to worry about censoring myself so I can make money or, you know, like toe the line. I've never been one to really toe the line. I kind of like speaking freely, and I consider this an art form, and I like my art to stay pure and untainted by outside influence, and I don't want to have any financial incentive to not speak the truth. Because it's funny, man, these people, they say, you know, they make all kinds of excuses to not say the truth. It's just, it's wild, man. People will do anything to, when it comes down to their money, when their money depends on it, they'll do anything that they have to do. Because that's their livelihood. You know what I mean? But you shouldn't let that financial incentive be put over your, it should not take priority over the truth, I'll tell you that. Yeah, and it should be way down below truth. Like, I mean, it's just wild to me that I even have to say that, but whatever. Okay, Streamlabs. Boom. We'll go here. Can you stop being weird? I don't want to do any of that. I just want to, like, I don't want to go to, I'm going to Streamlabs. Streamlabs, not Restream. What's going on here? Bear with me, guys. Thank you for your patience, everyone. I know this is a weird a weird way to do things, but honestly, this is kind of like a test stream, but not, because I do have things prepared. I have a monologue prepared. We'll see how long it goes. What is going on here? I am in like an alternate universe. I don't remember any of this. All right, let's try again. Lord have mercy. Streamlabs. Yes. Yes. Oh, God, not again. Lord have mercy. I'm the worst at this stuff, guys. Oh, man, I hope you guys are having a better day than me. It's all good, though. I have some great insights that I came upon. What's going on, Lasagna? What's up, Provo? I don't know exactly what you agree with. I said a lot of different things, but yeah, I hear you, man. Hope you guys are doing well. I appreciate you, Lasagna. I appreciate you, Provo. I'm trying to find my donation link so I can put it in the chat. Okay, maybe I go to dashboard. Don't I sign in through my friggin' my Google or something? What is going on here? Am I already signed in? Okay, it looks like I might already be signed in. And then I gotta remember how to get to the place. I think I remember. It's like account settings, tipping settings. Boom! There we go. Copy it. No, I don't want to do that. Can you stop? Yeah, that's been copied. Okay, we got that on the clipboard. Okay. So what's up? So that should work, right? Let me see if I can put it in the chat now. Paste. Oh, thanks be to God. There we go. Posted the Streamlabs link in the chat. If you guys want to donate through Streamlabs, that would be awesome. I think you can send a message through it. I don't know. I've never done it before. I'm like super boomery when it comes to this tech, but I'm just kind of learning as I go. I'm just trying to get out there today and learn from my mistakes, basically. You know, got to make some mistakes and be like, oh, that's not how you do it. And then eventually you mess up enough times that you figure out how to do it. It's kind of like life, you know? It's kind of like that. Yeah, Lasagna's good, people. Provo's good, people. Much love to you guys for being here. Today is actually the day that one of my favorite saints, Saint Sergius of Radonej, here's a book of his life right here, Saint Sergius of Radonej. He's a Russian saint. He's one of those saints that would hang out in the wilderness with bears. You know what? This is better anyway. The last stream, the vibes were not on. I'm feeling it right now. Okay, so he was like the OG of hanging out with bears in the forest. There was this other saint. His name was why would I forget his name? I won't. Saint Seraphim of Sarov. Saint Seraphim of Sarov is probably the most well-known Russian saint that hung out with bears in the wilderness. But before him was Saint Sergius of Radonej, absolute powerhouse of Russian Orthodoxy, and so much beautiful Russian art of his life, his experiences, him in the forest with bears, him doing like woodworking in the wilderness, him blessing a martyr, a saint, Orthodox saint who went off to fight an Ottoman, and they were both on horses and they killed each other in battle. It was crazy. They both killed each other. They're both like the best Orthodox fighter versus the best Ottoman fighter, and they went to war with like spears on horses and something like that. They were definitely on horses with weapons, and they killed each other in battle. And Saint Sergius had blessed him to go to battle. It's like there's this painting of him blessing him to go off. It's beautiful painting. There's so much beautiful Russian art. I love Russian art. I love Russian spirituality. I love Russian Orthodoxy. I love Orthodoxy in general, but Russia is just such a powerhouse of Holy Orthodoxy, and it's just so ingrained in their culture and everything they do. And that's why the evil one is coming for Russia so hard right now. That's why the Jays pitted two brothers against each other. Ukraine and Russia, these are brothers. They're fighting each other. Why? The Jays. 100%. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what Nick Fuentes says. That fool's a freaking J too. You okay? Lord have mercy on me. I'm coming in hot today, man. Ooh, I'm feisty. All right, slow it down. Slow it down. I'm a feisty boy, man. I get like this sometimes. But you know what? I'm actually in a very good place. I'm in a good place spiritually and mentally right now. I had this like realization, and it's always there. I always knew this, but sometimes you need to hear it from like a place you don't expect. and then it hits different. Sometimes I'll like read it and I'll be looking for answers in the same places, and it just doesn't hit because I already know what's coming. And I'll hear it from somebody who's like not even Christian or just became Christian, or they're Protestant, or they're like somewhere in between New Age and Christian, and they'll say something and it just hits different. I don't know, man. There was this video that just kind of hit me, and it just put everything into perspective, and it inspired the whole title of this video and the whole idea and concept behind this video, which is combating the false light of the evil one with authentic love. Because there's something I talk about on here very often is ecumenism. And ecumenism is like this like false unity. If you look it up on the computer, they'll tell you it's like unity between Christians. But here's the thing. It's like blurring the word of what Christian means. Because when I say Christian, I strictly mean the Orthodox Christian Church. That's the only Christians I know. I don't know of any other Christians. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to put people down. I'm not saying everyone that's not Orthodox is going to hell. None of that is what I'm saying. What I am saying is there's one true Christian church that Jesus Christ established, and it's Holy Orthodoxy. It's spoken of in the book of Timothy, in the book of Acts, all through the scriptures. The pillar and foundation of truth, the church. That church they were speaking of was the Orthodox Christian Church. And some will say, well, no, it was the Roman Catholic Church. They say the same thing. But look where they're at. Look at the fruit of that church. Look who stayed true to the traditions. Look at the fruit. You will know them by their fruit. They got gay priests. They got a gay weird pope who's like blessing ice cubes. You know, Lord have mercy. This is me trying to be nice. This is me not being harsh. Lord have mercy on me when I'm actually harsh, because this is me on my good behavior. But it's ridiculous, and it is a problem. And here's the thing. And here's why orthodoxy is the solution to that too. Priests can marry in the Orthodox Church. A priest in the Orthodox Church can be married and then come to the priesthood, keep his wife, raise a family, have a proper leadership. These are the kind of men you want to follow. You want to follow men with wives and children. You want to follow men with wives and children. Why? Because that's what you want to be, hopefully someday, is a man with a wife and children. You put your energy and your attention towards what you want to become. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of these people are watching dudes in their 40s with no wives, no kids, and they're putting all this energy, and it's like some spiritual leader to these people, like some sort of guru, and it's like, that dude he failed. I mean, no offense, Lord have mercy, not everybody who doesn't have kids and a wife failed. Typically, you want to have a wife and kids. You know, there is exceptions. There's exceptions to every rule. Paul's an exception. St. Paul the Apostle, you know, that's an exception. That's a very rare man. Maybe you're meant for monasticism. Maybe God has a different calling where you're supposed to just, it's a different, rare circumstance. Usually these are rare circumstances where men don't end up with a wife and a child by the time they're, you know, in their 30s, 40s, somewhere around that range. You're getting into your 40s, you don't have a wife and kids, you know, it's like, you should think about monasticism, you know, but also be careful with these men that are trying to like lead anybody and don't have a wife and kids, you know, don't have their stuff together. Like, there's usually a reason for that. But the beauty of the Orthodox Church is you can have a wife, you can have children, and they have a natural outlet for the natural sexual inclinations that men have. You know what I mean? There's natural urges to make love to your wife. That's okay. You know what I mean? It seems weird to talk about this subject from like a priestly perspective, but it's a healthy outlet. And when you don't have that healthy outlet, that sexual, it could build up in a way, and it can come out in a way that's not so healthy. It can build up over years, and it can end up coming out in a way where, you know, you got these priests in the Roman Catholic Church, and they're doing pedo stuff with the altar boys. You know, it's very, very prevalent. It's extremely prevalent in the Roman Catholic Church, to the point where it's like an issue that even the last pope addressed. And I didn't even like him. He was like a lefty too, but even he had to say something. And he was out of it. Francis was out of it. These guys are all Freemason controlled 100%. And that same demonic energy that came for the Roman Catholic Church is coming for the Orthodox Church. It's coming for us. Don't be mistaken, you know, but the gates of hell will not prevail against the church. And that saying doesn't mean that we don't have any responsibility in the preservation of the sanctity of the faith. there's like some disconnect there where it's like, well, the gates of hell will never prevail against the church, so I'm gonna go to this ecumenistic marriage conference and just sing kumbaya with a bunch of Protestants and it's all good. Nah, that's not what that means, actually. That's not what that means at all. You have a responsibility. Even listen to the saints, they'll tell you there's a responsibility we have in preserving the sanctity of the faith. There's a respect, there's a reverence that goes along with that, you know, in the same way that you step into the temple with a certain reverence. You know, you don't wear shorts to the temple. You wear, you know, hopefully you're wearing pants, you know what I mean? And just kind of, even if you don't have the best clothes ever, it's not about coming and wearing like a suit. I wear a suit, but that's just because I happen to find a suit at a thrift store. You know, I'm not some rich guy. All the suits that I have, I found at a thrift store. My wife found and helped me, you know? And, but it's about, according to your best, you know, what's your Sunday best? Put on your Sunday best. Put on what you would want to put on if Jesus Christ was coming back. You know, if Jesus Christ was in the street and you were going to go to greet him, put on what you would put on to greet him in that circumstance. What's up, Michael Gabriel Fortino? Appreciate you being here. Don't think your Streamlabs is working, brother. Oh, okay. Well, poopies. Lord have mercy. Dang it. Well, if you guys can donate through the, there is a PayPal link somewhere. I don't know if I can put it in the chat through my, it's very tricky. I usually put it in the chat through my phone, which I can access my Facebook through. I don't know if I can access my Facebook through my laptop. It's a whole thing. Lord have mercy. Well, I'll put up some links in the description below afterwards too. If you guys ever want to donate, I'll put some PayPal links in the description after as well. I gotta work this Streamlabs thing out apparently. Lord have mercy on me. I got a lot to learn about the internet. I'm not very internet savvy at all, man. And I'm trying to do something, man. We're gonna be struggling for the next 2 months, my family and I. We're just in a very unique situation. I don't know how else to put it, but tell you what happened. But I can only say so much. I'm under like spiritual guidance to only say so much from people that I don't even know if I trust. So it's very tricky. We got scammed. We basically got scammed. My family and I, we tried to help out somebody in the Orthodox Church, unfortunately. Not everybody in the Orthodox Church is a good person, so be careful, you know? There's a lot of good people in the Orthodox Church, so it's very consistently a lot of humble priests, but not every priest is good and not every person in the church is good. That's just the way it is. Everywhere you go, there's going to be problem people to a certain extent. Consistently in the Orthodox Church, I've had a lot of positive experiences. Since moving out to this particular area and parish, I've had a lot of negative experiences. It tends to be a parish to parish kind of scenario and situation where you can't even really judge it generally by jurisdiction. You know, generally people will say avoid the OCA, but it's more of a parish to parish thing. Generally, people will say avoid the Greek Orthodox Church, but it's more of a parish to parish because there's good Greek Orthodox churches. My Saint Paisios was Greek, you know, but he was from Mount Athos. Thessaloniki was where he was born, if I'm not mistaken, and he was a monk on Mount Athos. So I was like, it's a very prominent spiritual Orthodox monastery, bunch of monasteries there. But what I wanted to talk to you guys about was going back to ecumenism. Ecumenism is like this false unity of Christianities. There's only one Christianity, Orthodox Christianity. And it goes together with Zionism. It goes together with Freemasonry, New World Order, one world government, one world religion. This is all kind of heading in the same direction. And it's this false love, false unity, false light of the evil one. I talk about this a lot. And when I talk about it, I tend to provide some solutions in terms of prayer and fasting, which is kind of typical. The saints talk about this a lot. It does not mean that should be disregarded. That's 100%. Like prayer and fasting is really where it's at. And it's the way to conquer some of the most aggressive demons ever. But prayer and fasting, the fasting aspect and deep Jesus prayer work should be done under the guidance of a spiritual father, which cannot always be easy to find. If you're doing deep work with the Jesus prayer, your spiritual father should be monastic. He should be a monk, 100%. Straight up. For fasting, the spiritual father could be a priest. My spiritual father is a hieromonk. That means he's a priest and a monk. I just recently found a spiritual father. It's been a long time. It took me about 5 years to find a spiritual father. My spiritual confessor My priest confessor, the priest that I confess to, is not the same as my spiritual father. Typically, in the past, it would be, but times have changed in my situation and my scenario. I'm trying to move deep with the Jesus prayer. I need someone monastic, a monk who's been there. So that's my situation. Going further with solutions in terms of how to combat this false love, you can see the title of this video. It's combating false light with authentic love. And I kind of wanted to dive into that. What does that look like? What does that really mean? What does authentic love look like? That could be hard to express sometimes. You know what I mean? Especially if someone's done you wrong, someone's betrayed you, someone has lied to you, deceived you, tried to hurt you, tried to harm your family, thrown hatred in your direction, tried to ruin your reputation, or whatever it may be. It could be very difficult to not let that same hatred they're throwing at you reflect in your heart and mirror back to them. It's almost like it's like an infection. The negativity kind of infects you. If you let it into your heart, it really can, and it makes you bitter, and it changes the way you react to everything, and it changes the way you react to your loved ones even sometimes. You could because the bitterness that you take on from these other people that they're projecting at you, when you reflect that bitterness and you let it into your heart, it doesn't do anything to the person that you're bitter towards, that you're mad at, or harboring this hatred towards. It only destroys you ultimately. And it's kind of interesting how that works when somebody's throwing something negative in your direction, and then not only do you latch onto it and you let it into your heart, and you let it change the way that you interact with people. You used to be maybe a nice person, a trusting person. Now you don't trust people anymore. Now you're missing out on opportunities with other loving, like genuine, trusting people that are out there still, because of this one sketchy, shady person that ripped you off, that scammed you, that deceived you, that may have tried to destroy you and your family. You're letting that negativity carry on and destroy other relationships that would have been positive, that would have been very profitable for your soul. And it's really just destroying you when you harbor that kind of negativity. When you let it reflect in your heart, it doesn't do anything. What does it do to the person that you're mad at? I mean, you could go and assault them or something, but you think that's really going to make you feel good? I mean, I remember the last time I hit somebody, I didn't feel that good about it. When you actually hurt someone, I don't like hurting people. I don't think most people like hurting people. You know what I mean? Even someone you're mad at, even someone you think you want to hurt, and then you hurt them, and you hurt them real bad, and then you feel bad. I know I do. If I've had fights where I felt bad. I felt bad after. Yeah, it's hard to navigate this kind of stuff, but I have some notes here to help us kind of walk through it, like what this all looks like. And the beauty of it is, these people that are actually that are betraying you, that is people that betray you, that deceive you, that throw hate in your direction, they're actually the people that can lead you closest to God. But there's this one determining factor that decides if they're going to lead you closer to God or further away from God, and it's how you react to the situation. And no one can decide that but you. No one can take that away from you. The way you choose to react to any situation, no one can decide that for you. No one can take that from you. And the responsibility of that lays solely on you and no one else. And if you take these people throwing this negativity in your direction, and you react properly, you don't grumble about it, you take it in stride. And maybe anytime someone throws negativity at you, you take it and you say, you know what? Anytime someone throws something like this at me, I'm going to take it as a reminder to pray. I'm going to take it as a reminder to go to the backstory. It's a very long backstory. I can't go into the backstory. I'll be banned from the church. You don't want my backstories. They'll get you in trouble. Straight up. The people that need to know enough of the details of exactly what I'm talking about, no. And honestly, they won't even tell you, because gossiping is not, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to gossip out here. I'm just trying to speak truth. But back to the point. The whole point is to take it properly. It's about how you react to the situation, you know, and no one can decide that for you but you. And sorry, I got some more notes here. This is actually when we're closest to God, though, when we suffer with courage, when we suffer with faith and humility. This is actually when we're closest to God. And how could you be mad at someone if every time they threw hate in your direction, tried to deceive you, tried to destroy you, whatever they do, whatever negativity they're throwing at you, if every time that happened, you were reminded to go to your prayer corner and pray, how could you hate that person? How could you hate someone that's leading you closer to Christ, that's leading you closer to God? How could you hate someone that's leading you to your prayer corner, that's actually helping you develop your prayer life, that's helping you communicate with God and become closer to God? So it's like, do you actually hate that person, or do you hate the fact that you let their hate that they threw towards you reflect in you? Are you really mad at yourself for reacting in such a negative manner, for letting it get to you, for letting that bitterness that they threw at you into your heart? That's what you're mad at. Because if you took it in a positive way, if you took it differently and you flipped it into a positive thing and you started praying every time somebody threw something like that at you, how could you be mad at someone that led you closer to God, that led you to your prayer corner, that helped your prayer life? You see what I'm saying? It's almost like a hack, a life hack there. You know what I'm saying? You got to flip it though. But no one can do that but you. No one decides how you react to the situation but you. People could throw all kinds of things at you, but you choose how you react. The more you grumble, Paisios talks about this. It's not doing anything good for your soul. It's killing yourself. You're literally destroying your soul. But when you take these things that come at you negatively, these tests from God, and you realize you take it with faith and with courage, and you say, thanks be to God for every struggle. This is just bringing me closer and closer to God. This is what I need for my salvation. This is necessary for my salvation. This is necessary for the purification of my heart and soul, like a sword being forged in the fire. Straight up. When you take it like that, whole different ball game. Then you rise to the occasion. Then you see it as an opportunity to show where you are in your walk with Christ. You take it as an opportunity. You see what I'm saying? You got to flip it. You got to flip that perspective. It's all about the perspective of it. Yeah. Let's see what else we got in our notes here. We wrote a lot of notes. Got a lot of notes. We got like all kinds of notes. Yeah. You don't actually hate these people. You hate the darkness that they brought out in yourself. Instead of wishing harm upon someone who has done something wrong or seeking revenge, know that revenge is for the Lord. Revenge is only for the Lord. You know what I mean? Like, and not only that, instead of that, how about genuinely praying for them and genuinely forgiving them? That doesn't mean you have to reconcile and put yourself in harm's way, put yourself back into a position where someone who's deceived you in the past is going to deceive you again. That's not the same thing. Forgiveness is more about you personally in your own heart for the sake of your own soul. So you don't develop bitterness. It doesn't taint your heart, taint your nous. You taint your nous with this bitterness, and your perspective becomes skewed. Your discernment becomes tainted. Everything becomes tainted. The way you interact with your loved ones. But if you flip that and you pray genuinely for these people, you pray for them with genuine compassion, it changes the way you look at them. Even when you see them in real life, there'll be a different look in your eye, even that people can feel. You can read people through their eyes. Some people can do it better than others, but you'll change the way that you walk, talk, interact. Your body language will be different than if you're bitter towards someone or if you've prayed for them. There's no reason to avoid anything, avoid eye contact, or you're at peace. You're at peace. This person who's done you wrong has done nothing to you at this point. They've only destroyed their own soul. They're destroying themselves. And they're trying to get you to destroy yourself too. That's the reflection of bitterness in yourself. That's what they're trying to put into you, to project into your heart. And letting them do that is letting them win, letting the enemy win. Ultimately, the evil one, because they don't even know what they're doing, these people, half of them. You got to separate the sin from the sinner, man, because these people, half these people, 90% of these people are completely unaware of what they're doing, are just wrapped up in their own kind of past experiences, past trauma. It's just kind of reenacting this circle of trauma that just kind of comes out with certain triggers, and this is like this control that they want to have because they don't really have control over themselves. So they want to implement control over you, implement control over other people. They want to take control over all these exterior aspects because they don't have control over the interior of their own heart and soul. You know, that's how these sociopaths work. That's what's behind all that, you know. It's sad, but you know, once you realize it, you actually feel bad for them. You start to pity them. You start to break it down and be like, man, I would hate to live like that. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on that person. And there it is right there. You're praying for them. Lord have mercy on them. You know? We're called to demonstrate pure love in the face of false compassion, false light, and deception. False light is the light of Lucifer. It's the light of the evil one. And it's a love devoid of truth. It's like the whole LGBTQ, LMNOP, whatever the rest of the letters and wherever it's drifted off into at this point. One of their mottos was love is love, which also, strangely enough, ended up being the same motto that there was like a pedo movement going on with pedophiles, and they were also saying love is love, which is interesting because there is actually a connection between the LGBT community and pedophiles. What is that? Sexual perversion, different levels of sexual perversion. You start in one level of sexual perversion, attraction to someone of the same sex, and at a certain point, you know, it gets more and more perverted, more and more distorted from God's original vision of love. It's distortion of God's love. It's a distortion of true love. It's this false, tainted, sinful, lustful, just demonic inversion of love would be the best way to put it. And when you engage with that kind of stuff, it's like to get the same dopamine kick, you have to keep stepping it. It gets more and more perverted, more and more perverted, more and more weird, more and more obscure. So you end up into some weird stuff, man. A lot of these guys that were pedos started out in a more innocent area and just kind of drifted off into weird fetishes, you know. And it's a slippery slope. But this is why we gotta nip this stuff in the bud. We gotta like get to the root of the issue. The root of the issue, a lot of these issues, is love devoid of truth, and they're telling you exactly who they are. Love is love, but there's no truth. It's false love. It's false light. You know what I mean? Like, let these two dudes love each other. I mean, yeah, if you want to do that, whatever. I mean, like, not whatever though. Like, if I was in control of things, I would shut that down. Why? Because then they take that and then they take it to the next level, and they're doing this weird PDA in public in front of your kids, and it's just, it's gross, dude. Nobody wants to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they always start off acting like they're respectful, and then they're doing weird parades where they're having like, I don't even want to say what they're doing, man. But you've seen it. If you've seen it, and if you haven't, thank God. You know, your eyes have been shielded from just perversion and just disgusting nonsense. But I mean, I used to have to see it a lot. I used to live over there in North Park, which is a very prominent gay area. I worked at a video store where all my coworkers, like 90% of them, were gay. My manager was gay. There was like a whole porn shop upstairs in the back. It was like a whole porn shop. It was the whole area. It was just a lot of sexual perversion, man. And it was a lot to deal with at a young age. I'd have like weird dudes come in and talk to me in a weird manner because I looked young. I looked young for my age. Like, I'm 37 now. Back when I was like in my early 20s, I looked like I was a freaking 15-year-old. So I don't even want to get into some of the conversations that I've had, but I know how this stuff works from personal experience. You know, and it goes even deeper than that. I have people I know that work in therapy with sexual assault victims, and my spiritual father is actually someone who has a lot of experience in that area, and he was actually, I won't get into that. Let's see. So something that's easy, like the low-hanging fruit in a lot of these situations, is vengeance. You know, it's a low-hanging fruit. That's easy. That's an easy thing. That's an easy conclusion to come to. Let's go get them, dude. Let's ride out. Let's go ride on these fools. Let's go grab some weapons. Let's let's beat them up. Let's punch them in the face, you know? And there is situations in self-defense situations where defending yourself is necessary. There is certain situations where You have to do what you have to do to defend your family. But going out of your way, out of bitterness in a situation that doesn't, where you're creating, you're coming up with a plan, you got this whole idea of vengeance in your head. You come up with a plan. It's not necessary. You're not defending yourself. You're taking the offensive. You're going out of your way to exact revenge upon someone. When really the scriptures tell us vengeance is for the Lord. And if you're Christian, you really need to understand that that is a test of faith. That is a test of, like, you think you need to take things into your own hands because you don't really believe in the final judgment. You don't really believe in the final judgment. That's what you're showing. You're showing a lack of faith. You're showing, no, I mean, like, yeah, the final judgment, maybe, I don't know, maybe, but I got to make sure that something happens to these people. Like, God's not going to handle it. Like, Christ isn't going to handle it in the final judgment, or even before then. Who knows, in his time. But to think that you need to take that into your own hands, that shows a lack of faith. That's really what you're demonstrating. You're demonstrating you don't believe in God. You don't believe in the final judgment. You don't truly have faith. And that's a hard reality to come to when you're in the heat of the moment and you're angry with someone, and someone's that bitterness is reflecting in your heart, man. Like, they've got to you, man. They projected it into you, let it in. It happens, man. It happens to me. It just happened to me recently. I have to keep reminding myself of this stuff. I have to constantly remind myself, and God sends me reminders from weird angles because I don't always listen to. Sometimes I don't want to hear it, man. I'm like, nah, I'm sick of listening to what God's trying to tell me. I'm going to do it my way now. I'm going to take it into my own hands. It's not going quick enough. It didn't happen at the right time, and da-da-da-da-da. We think we know better. It's our pride, man. It's our pride eating us up, thinking we know better than God, thinking our timing is better than God's timing, when really he's protecting you from things that you don't have the foresight to see. You don't have the wisdom to see. But he knows. He knows what's coming, man. A lot of the time when something goes wrong and you're late for something and there's this obstruction in the road, it could be protecting you from a car accident that would have killed you. If you would have arrived 5 minutes earlier at this one cross section, bam, it could have been a T-bone coming right at you. You don't know. We don't know. God knows. But we don't know, man. That's why we need to stay humble. We need to remind ourselves to stay humble and that we don't know better than God. Ultimately, God knows the best. He knows what's best for us, and we really have to put all our trust in him. And what that looks like is it's complete surrender, and it's hard. It's hard sometimes, man. These are the moments that lead us to surrender. They test us to our limits. They push us to our limits, to the brink of our patience, to the point where there's you don't know what you're gonna do. You don't know what to do. You're at the end of your rope, and that's the time to fall down in humility at the feet of Christ and truly give it over to Jesus Christ. Give it over to God, man. And a lot of people say that, and it's like, it could sound cheesy, but I'm trying to demonstrate what that really looks like from an Orthodox perspective, from a true Christian perspective. What does that look like? That's why we prostrate. That's the posture we should have in the presence of God. It's a physical action that reflects an interior state of being. It reflects the posture of our heart. Our heart posture is really what that's about. The prostration is really about your heart posture. And the more you do it, it will change your heart posture. That's what you'll start to realize. Why am I bowing down? People ask, why are we doing prostrations? Why am I bowing down? You're not bowing down to icons. First off, I have a video about that. We don't worship icons. We venerate icons. And we can do this. We are given the gift of the image of Christ because he came to us in the flesh, with the anthropos, the God-man. So we know we have his image. And we keep this image, we honor this image, we venerate this image. We don't worship matter. But we acknowledge that God came to us in the form of man, and we have this image, we preserve it, we venerate it. And that matter, Christ, worked out our salvation by conquering death through death. We honor this matter. We venerate it, though not as God. That's paraphrasing what St. John Damascene of Damascus said, one of our most beloved saints and one of the best defenders of iconography of all time, one of the greatest defenders of iconography against the iconoclasts who were destroying icons, destroying our iconography, destroying our beautiful images of Christ, his mother, and the beloved saints, who we honor and venerate as well because they dedicated their entire lives to following Christ. That's why we honor them. We honor them because they dedicated their entire lives to Christ. True faith, true surrender, full surrender. So yeah, man, that was a nice little rant, huh? That was interesting. Get a little water going here. I feel my voice drifting. But yeah, that's the easy way, man. That's the easy route. Revenge. That's the low-hanging fruit, man. It's so easy. It's always right there. It's the first thing you come to. It's like a low frequency reaction. It's down in your gut. It's a gut. It's gutty. You know, it's low. It's not the high road. It's not taking a higher road. It's not taking time to think and contemplate and really pray about the situation. It's an instinctual, low level, low hanging fruit. You know what I'm saying? It's you're not really thinking it out. You're not taking the time to pray about it. Be patient. Let God give you the answer in time. I'm reading through my notes here, seeing what else I got. Oh yeah. So yeah, revenge is easy, like I was just saying, and it's genuine forgiveness. It's not very easy, especially when you've been deceived or taken advantage of, and sometimes people think being angry is how they genuinely feel. They think when they react angry, that first initial reaction of like, you know, just being angry at someone who deceived you, a natural reaction in the moment, in the heat of the moment. But that's actually a lie. That's a lie from the evil one. Or they think, you know, this is me keeping it real. Like kind of like when Keeping It Real goes wrong. I don't know if you remember that comedy sketch from Dave Chappelle. When Keeping It Real goes wrong, like somebody does something to someone and they react in a negative manner and they end up getting beat up. Like some big dude hits on this guy's girlfriend. The guy's like not a very big dude, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna step up to him, and he gets beat up by the big guy. You know, when Keeping It Real goes wrong. The thing is, you're not keeping it real when you get angry. That's a lie from the evil one. That's deceptive. That's not the real you. The real you is Christ-like. The real you is actually Christ-like. That's what you were made to be. That's what Christ intended us to be. You know, when Adam and Eve were put into the garden, they were meant to be immortal until they brought death into existence through sin, through the fall. We weren't made to be sinful. We weren't even made to die. That's why Christ had to come down and conquer death by death so we could then have the opportunity at eternal life again. We could have the opportunity for it. If we align ourselves with his will, if we put our will to death first, then we can align ourselves with the will of Christ. Then we can start moving towards the path of theosis. Right? And that was something I was going to watch today on the laptop. I had it all geared up. It's a channel called Harmony. If you've never seen the channel called Harmony, great Orthodox channel, really high level videos. Can't recommend it enough. Super cool channel. He's got this really good video, The Mystery of the Church, The Ultimate Mystery, something, The Mystery of the Church, and it's got these, the word is schema monks. It's got these schema monks in the thumbnail. And it's talking about theosis. It goes really deep into theosis. I think it's one of the best videos on theosis on the net. Definitely check that out. Really unique guy that hosts that channel, Harmony. He used to be on a totally different channel that was really popular. I think it had like millions of views. I can't even remember it off the top of my head. I could dig it up. I have it written somewhere. And before he came to Orthodoxy, he did this weird experience. The guy, the host of Harmony. Can't remember his real name off the top of my head. Dude, Harmony's so good, Provo. It's so good. So good. And it just keeps getting better. I haven't even, if I had the money to, I'd be a member there and I'd be watching their members only videos too, because I know they're fire. Everything he puts out is fire. So that's how I know they're fire. Everything he touches is gold, dude. Seriously. But that guy, the host of Harmony, before he became Orthodox Christian, he had this whole other channel with this other dude. There was like a falling out. I don't really care about the drama. I'm sure it happened for a good reason. God leads you away from those worldly people when you come to Christ. Like, you don't even have to be like, we're not going to hang out anymore. It's just naturally with the people that you don't need in your life. It doesn't mean everybody that's not Orthodox or everybody that doesn't believe in Christ can't be your friend anymore. That's not what it means. But God will separate you from people that he needs you to be separate from to bring him closer to bring you closer to him. He'll do it naturally. If you need to be separated from that person, it'll just naturally happen. And that's what that seemed like to me. God was leading him away from this worldly life, these worldly people around him, into something deeper, into something true, something beautiful, holy orthodoxy, you know? And to really be led into that place, sometimes you have to go through a period of isolation. Not everybody, but I did, you know, and a lot of people do. So basically, what I was trying to say before I get sidetracked, I tend to do this. I get sidetracked a lot and just go off on a tangent. The host of Harmony, he did this experiment where he went in VR, virtual reality, for a whole week. He like lived in there. He slept with the VR headset on. He did everything. Like went to the bathroom. I think he could shower with it on. He did everything. I don't remember exactly how he did it, but he did it. And there's a video of it. He was in VR for like a whole week, and he like took off the VR headset at the end of this week, and he had this like existential crisis. I think it was like he didn't know maybe what reality was anymore. I think it was very spiritually harmful to him. And I can only imagine like going into VR or virtual reality for a whole week straight, sleeping with the headset on, everything, eating, using the restroom, showering with the headset on, non-stop, 24 hours a day, 7 days. I would probably lose my mind. I could see people losing their mind, going completely insane, becoming possessed or whatever you want to call it, going schizo. I think schizophrenia is a form of demonic possession. I think the real solution for schizophrenia is actually a spiritual solution. Why? I'll tell you why. You ever talk to a schizophrenic person? I have a few friends that are schizophrenic, you know? You ever talk to a schizo person, they tell you about the voices that are in their head? The voices are never telling them like, go skip a rock on a pond and do cartwheels and watch Good Burger. It never tells you to do like happy, fun things. It's like the voice is always like, you know, go, you know, like murder a whole lot of people very violently. You know what I mean? Like it's usually some very dark stuff that the voice is telling you to do. Why is that? Because it's a demon. Because it's demonic. Schizophrenia is 100% a spiritual issue at the root. I'm not saying people don't have real mental issues that, you know what I mean, that they may need some sort of medication for, but the medication isn't actually getting to the root of the issue. The root of the issue usually is trauma and spiritual, and I think Christ is the ultimate healer of everything. I truly believe that with every ounce of my being. So you're not really getting to the root of the problem with these medications, and you're just kind of masking the issues, the symptoms, so to speak. You know, but you're not getting to the root of it, and you're not really receiving true healing. And the Orthodox Church really is the hospital for the soul. I mean, it truly is. It gives you all the tools needed to bring you to where you need to be in alignment with Christ. Fasting, prayer, developing a healthy prayer rule, a spiritual father, the sacraments, the Eucharist, confession, baptism, holy unction. There's you have all these things that offer unimaginable grace. The Eucharist, unimaginable grace. Receiving the Eucharist. I'm dead serious. There's unimaginable grace. I can't even put it into words, man. And the saints speak about not trying to put it too much into words because it'll do it a disservice. You have to come and see. You have to come and see to really understand. You have to experience it firsthand. You have to live it. You have to live it. You can't watch it through the computer. You can't get it through this stream here. You can't get it through live streaming the liturgy. You're not going to get it. You're not going to feel the liturgy by live streaming it. You need to be there. You need to be there in person. In the body of Christ. Praying alongside your brothers and sisters in Christ. This is what it's all about. You got to get there in person. That's what this channel is all about. This is a bridge to lead you into the Orthodox Church physically. You got to physically go there, though. You can't just stay here. You can't stay on the bridge. Don't stay on the bridge. Don't be like the Jordan Petersons of the world, where they just stay on the bridge and they party and they make the bridge the whole grift. It becomes the whole thing. The bridge becomes the whole thing. They never get anywhere. They never go to the destination. You know? So don't do that. Go to the church. Like Tony says, if you're just go to church. But the logismi, this is where it all starts. This is where the spiritual war all starts. Spiritual warfare starts in the imagination. It starts in our imagination with logismi. These demonic thoughts, they're like arrows that get shot into you. They're just demonic thoughts. They're usually destructive, self-destructive, maybe leading you to harm others. But ultimately, the purpose of them is to destroy you, to destroy your soul. And the more you engage with them, the more you latch onto them, the more you think about them engaging in any manner, the closer it comes for that thought to come to fruition, to become an action. And the deeper it embeds itself in your psyche. And it's almost like a bird flying over your head. That the saints use this as an analogy or a metaphor or whatever, bird flying over your head, like these thoughts, logismi. Think of them as birds flying over your head. Let them fly right over your head. Don't engage with them. The more you engage with them, they'll build a bird's nest in your head. And eventually they'll have a place there. And eventually they'll come out through negative actions that will negatively affect your soul ultimately. You know what I mean? Just checking my notes here, guys. But yeah, like an example of a logismi kind of demonic attack that might be... I'm going to wait 1 second because we got this trash man right out here. Actually, I'm going to close the window because it's too loud. There we go. So yeah, an example of logismi would be like, are you really going to let them get away with that? You need to teach them a lesson and show them you're not one to be played with. That would be something that would come in, like a thought that comes into your head. You really going to let them talk to you like that? You really going to let them... You know what I mean? And a lot of times that comes from pride. If you hear the kind of like... the energy behind it, it's very prideful. It's a very prideful thought. Like, how dare they? Do they know who I am? Do you even know who I am, kind of thing? You know what I mean? But that, I mean, it reminds me of the Dave Chappelle sketch, when Keeping It Real goes wrong. Because that's like a funny, like, things can go really bad. Like, you can get messed up, man. You can get yourself in some stuff you're really not ready for. But that's not even the point. Like, even if you win the fight, you win the battle, like, your soul, the ultimate battle is for your soul. That's what we're here for, is to prepare for death. Prepare our soul for salvation. That's what all these things flying at you are. That's what all these attacks, demonic attacks coming at you, it's preparing your soul for salvation. Every time they come at you, just look up to God and say, thanks be to God. I needed that for my salvation. That's what Hesychast tells us to do. And honestly, that's the attitude we need to adopt in the spiritual life. If we're going to be successful, if we're not going to fall into despair. Because the evil one wants to put you in despair. He wants to lead you into a place of despair and ultimately suicide. That's where it leads you, man. Like, that's the demons 100% taking over. It's a demonic action. It's like full-on possession when you're killing yourself. 100%. And it takes a lot to get you to that place, but it'll start in these little thoughts inside your head, You really gonna let them talk to you like that? You really gonna let them get away with that? Yeah, and the more we engage with those prideful thoughts, that logismi, you gotta catch it. You gotta catch it when it comes. You're like, that didn't come from me. You'll start noticing. The more you pray, the more you fast, the more you read the lives of the saints, you start picking up. There's like a pattern recognition. You start getting this pattern recognition. You start recognizing it. You catch it right when it happens, before it latches on, before it gains any traction. Boom, and you don't even do anything with it. You just disregard it. You don't even necessarily have to start saying the Jesus prayer right there. You know what I mean? It's really something you just let fly right over your head, man. Just right through. Don't even engage with it at all. Don't give it any importance. Almost laugh at it, or don't even laugh at it. You know what I mean? But the demons don't like when you laugh at them. They really don't like that. They get offended. They want you to take them serious. They want you to be afraid of them, but it's all false. It's all a false. They don't have any power. The only power they have is what you give them. You see what I'm saying? It's all a false intimidation. In the presence of Christ and those who are aligned with Christ, they truly have no power. They really don't. They're absolute weaklings. And that's the truth. So I think we might put on some games. We're at about an hour, just about. I think I've wrapped up everything I had to say with my notes there. I was trying to kind of get this going for at least an hour. I thought that'd be a good little monologue segment to kick it off. And then maybe we'll play some video games here for a minute and see where everything takes us. This one will probably be a little shorter than the last one. I'm not sure. I'm just kind of going with the flow, but we'll see. So I'm going to adjust this camera so we can see the TV real quick. Let me do that. Let's see what we got there. Bada bada bing, bada bada boom. Your device needs to restart. Of course it does. This laptop sucks, man. But it's okay. All right, let's get it figured out, guys. We could... No, we won't watch a movie together. I think we'll play some games. We did Super Nintendo last time. Maybe we'll do some Mario. We'll do the Super Nintendo again, but we'll throw it back to the Mario All-Stars. Let's get a nice little... See if we can get a good angle here, where you guys can see some of that retro goodness. It's a pretty good angle. I want to get it kind of close, though. I want you guys to be, like, up in there, experiencing the beauty of the CRT TV in action. That's a little bit too much of an angle, right? I just want to get it nice and close, but you can see me, too. Somewhere around there. Okay. And actually, I have my VCR hooked up right now. I need to disconnect that. I need to hook up the Super Nintendo with the old analog cords here. There we go. We're going to bring this around. I'm going to bring it on around. Hope you guys are doing good out there. Hope you're having a beautiful day. I hope that monologue helped somebody, man. Because honestly, that helped me a lot. Just come into the place where I accepted that, and not only accepting it, but putting it into action. Living it, you know? And realizing there really is no other way to deal with people that have wronged you, man. There really isn't. In terms of coming from a faithful Christian perspective, where you're genuinely putting your faith in Christ. There's no place for vengeance in that. There's no place for it. As hard as that may be to hear in the moment. Okay. Let's see. First time? First try? Of course not. Of course not. Give it the old... Oh, Lord of mercy. That didn't help. That made it stall. Freaking Taz. Baby Taz fell off the TV, and I think it actually made it stall there. Okay, come on. Trying to play some old school Mario here, man. Here we go. Yeah, boy. We're going Mario style. Hope you guys are doing good. I'm playing Mario. I'm gonna maybe if I keep my head out, I think the screen looks better. It does, doesn't it? So I'll just be over here. I'll be over here, y'all. I'm gonna go OG Mario. We're gonna go OG. We're gonna start a new one. I just wanna. Oh, don't do this to me. What? And how am I underwater? That's an underwater level music. Don't play me like this, guys. I'm craving some Mario. Okay. Let's get it going. Let's get this volume up. Right? That's nice. We're going OG. We're going OG Mario. There we go. And the music and the things are a little different on the Super Mario All-Stars. But it's still dope. Here we go. Oh my god. Lord of mercy. I'm a little rusty. I haven't played this in a while. Ooh, I am rusty. Okay. Get it together. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Ah! Come on. It's okay, we're back in the game. I think I needed that. To hit the thing there. Whatever. Oh, there we go, the little fire joint. Fireballs. Got them fireballs, son. Bam! Alright. I probably shouldn't have done that. I can't remember where anything's at. I know where everything's at in part 3. All the flutes and everything. It's been a while since I played part 1. Come on. Alright, here we go. Bam! 5,000, bro. Yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Hey, Borat's a Jew too, isn't he? Everybody's a freaking Jew out here. Alright. King of the castle. Oh, go to this, go to that. This one's got like a... Lord have mercy. I can't get there from there. There's like something... There's like things... There it is. Nah, it's not here either. Get out of here, get out of here. Yeah, I could probably get to the place I want to get to from there. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Special secret. Well, I didn't even have to do that because we still got to go up again from here. There we go. Here we go. We'll go to 4. Why not? Let's go as far as possible. We're teleporting. Warp zones, dude. Portals. Traveling through portals. Get out of here. Get out of here. Get out of here. Oh, screw that. You suck. Oh, that was close. Okay. Get away from me. I don't like you. Oh, dude, that was... Oh, hell. How dare they? How dare they? How dare they do what they were programmed to do? Oh. Pump fake. Get away from me. Oh, no. Ah, bad timing. Get away from me, get away from me, get away from me. I hate you. Oh, Lord have mercy on me. Okay. Oh no! Slipping. I got see? Slow and steady wins the race, folks. I went too quick. I got too big for my own britches. Got too big for my own britches. Oh, you're so annoying. I can't stand those things. Oh, there we go. Ha ha ha! It was slick. I still got it, dude. Oh, no! Oh, man. What's up? Hello, listener gang. What's up, folks? What's up, y'all? We're playing some Mario. I had a monologue at the beginning. What up, Rip? What's up, homies? Hope y'all doing good. Oh, that's horrible. Sorry, guys. This is where my anger issues all started. Nintendo games, dude. This is where it all started. Speaking of anger. Anybody else used to have like the worst anger fits as a child playing video games, or was it just me? I used to go mad. I used to go insane over video games as a child. But I was also playing Friday the 13th. I didn't know it was like the hardest game of all time. I was like, I'm supposed to beat this. I'm supposed to be able to beat this, and I couldn't beat it. Not knowing it's like one of the hardest games ever made besides like Battletoads. Such a hard game. Battletoads is like impossible. Doesn't even make sense to me. Doesn't even make sense. So good. It's fun. I got the cartoon on VHS. Also fun. But yeah. Okay, here we go. I feel like I'm gonna die already. Like, look at that. That's sketchy right here. Ah! Needed that. Oh, okay, I need some space to work with, homie. Yeah. Come on. Gotta be something decent in one of these. Alright. Got some fireballs, bros. What's up, homies? I hope you guys are doing well. Hope nobody's falling into despair. Hope you guys are... Oh, that was close. Oh, Lord have mercy. I think I might have missed the warp. I might have missed the opportunity for the next warp thingy. Okay, no, I think I might have an opportunity here. No, that's not it. That's not gonna be it. Okay, well... Okay, we gotta figure this out. Oh, that was horrible! Horrible. Oh, we're screwed now. That's okay. Alright, get that five thou. Oh, nice. There we go. What's up, everybody watching? Okay, we got some people watching. Cool. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate y'all. I remember this place. Bam, get out of here, homie. Boom. Oh, how am I? What? I can't even jump. White men can't jump, dude. Don't they know? What's up? Hey, what's up, Nevsky? Greetings. Did I see Jason? If I saw Jason, what's up, Jason? If I did see you. Not sure if my mind's playing tricks on me. Ghetto Boys reference. There we go. I needed that life up because I'm getting my butt kicked out here, bro. I'm getting my butt kicked out here, bro. Here we go. We gotta go for it. Gotta get after it. Ah! I need that. Ah! Lord have mercy. Ah. This level makes me nervous. Makes me a little nervous. Oh, I didn't even know it was coming there. That's okay. Wait, am I fighting Koopa? Oh no, am I fighting Koopa, dude? Is it Koopa time? Oh no, dude. It looks like it's Koopa time, dude. Oh man. And I'm just like a little old Mario. Come on, I know there's some fireballs coming. Don't play with me. Where are those fireballs at? Oh, man. We're fighting Koopa, dude. Oh, no. I feel like I should be up there. I don't know what's happening. Should I go down here? No, I can't go down there. Okay. Oh, no. There's some fireball action. Yeah, come on, there's gotta be something. Something crazy waiting. Besides, I mean, I know Koopa's coming. Can we go down there? No? What's this thing again? Okay, come on, run past it. What? Did I miss something? I'm missing something. There's like a secret. I'm missing something. Maybe I have to be on the top. Okay, because this is just going in a loop now. What's going on, dude? I don't know if I've ever even... I don't remember beating this. What is happening? There's something... I'm missing something around here. What happened? There we go. That sounded good. Okay, I had to be on the top. I had a feeling I had to be on the top. Oh, gosh. Lord of mercy. Come on, get up there. Get with it. Is that him? That's gotta be him. Oh, I went the wrong area. Okay, maybe I have to be in the middle now, because he was in the middle. I saw the fireball come from the middle. So I'm assuming... Hopefully I don't make an A of myself. I'm assuming... We gotta be in the middle for this one. Ah! Lord of mercy. Whew! How many lives do I got? Okay, here we go. We're gonna do this, guys. We're gonna beat Koopa. Like, is Mario like a Hollow Earth reptilian conspiracy? I don't know, dude. Is Koopa a reptilian? I don't know, bro. I think that's where the conspiracies go a little too far. With the reptilian stuff. You know, there's a few areas where it goes a little too far, where it's like it's getting a little too crazy. Like, where are we going with this kind of thing here, you know? Like, I know the movies and stuff, like Journey to the Center of the Earth, like, yeah, I mean, you know, but those are movies, you know? I don't know. Those are cool movies, though. Jules Verne, Journey to the Center of the Earth, cool books, cool movies. What do you mean? What do you mean? Ugh. Maybe I have to be on the bottom. I have to be on the lowest level. We're gonna try the lowest level. Is Mario Bagel? Mario Bagel. I thought he was Italian. Mario, it's me, Mario. Oh, I went too far. I was supposed to be on the bottom. I already messed up. I already messed it up. It's me, Mario. It's me, Mario. Here we go. So we gotta go this weird way right here. This has gotta be it. What's up? What's up? Where you at, bro? Oh, I ran right into it. Oh. Mario gets me so hyped. David Eek. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Shujin, you be tripping, Shujin. I love you, bro, but like you're tripping, dog. That fool really believes in reptilians. It's not a metaphor. David Icke's crazy, bro. He's right about some stuff, but yeah, no, that fool's tripping. And you be tripping sometimes too, dog. To be straight up, you be tripping, dog. Yeah, tell him what's up. Tell him what's up, Nevsky. We don't gotta lie in here, man. We're not gonna lie to make you happy here. There's no comforting lies in this channel. I'm sorry. David Icke is absolutely out of his freaking mind. Oh, man. And Alex Jones is a shill, too. Sorry, I said it. Yeah, I don't care. I don't care who has a slot on his show. I don't care who's got a slot on Alex's show. That boy done lost the plot a long time ago. Woo, that was slick, too. That was in the zone right there. That was slick. I could get the mushroom. I don't even want to. I don't even want to waste my time with it. I don't even want to waste my time with that. 5,000. Yeah, boy. But I think David Icke's got, I don't know, he says some stuff that's interesting. Like, not everything he says is absolutely crazy. But then it's like, what's the goal? Where's it all leading towards? That's what I always like think about when I'm listening to someone. Like, if I'm, like you want to take guidance, you want to take advice from someone, like, and it's like, where's this all leading? Where's this mentality ultimately leading me to? Well, it's leading with David Icke, insanity. It's leading you to insanity. It's not leading you to God. It's not leading you to theosis. It's not leading you to prayer. It's not leading you to a deeper spiritual understanding. It's leading you to delusion. It's leading you to prelest. It's leading you to spiritual delusion. And ultimately, the evil one will use that to lead you into despair, and he's going to destroy you. And he'll mock you. He'll make you a mockery of yourself. That's what the demons like to do. They like to make a mockery of the people that they're influencing. They mock people. They make you make a. That's what. Look at the people on the left. Look at their hair. It's all purple and they look crazy and out of their minds. Demons are mocking them. They're mocking them. It's wild, dude. It's crazy. But that's why, like, look at those people. Like, it's literally like they look like demons. Where you're like, oh man, like the physiognomy. After you sin a certain amount of times, your facial structure actually changes. That's something different. But then there's this aspect of like this demon almost like shining through in their clothing, the way they dress, their persona, everything. It becomes like very, I don't know how to explain it, but it's not healthy. It's not healthy. Like if you look at a lefty, you're like, oh man, it just looks like a warning sign. Like stay away. You know what I mean? Like it's almost like when you see like you see an animal in the wilderness and it's got all these like bright colors. It's telling you, God's telling you it's poisonous. That's a poisonous animal. Stay away from that snake. Like for real, that thing's gonna bite you and it's gonna poison you. That's like a girl with purple hair. That's a poisonous snake. Stay away from it. It's gonna poison you. Straight up, dude, like a poison frog, dude. Straight up. It's so true though. Really? Am I running out of time? Oh, I'm over here lecturing about poison frogs and lefties, and I'm over here about to run out of time. Oh no, now we gotta speed run it. Can I get up here? Because then I can just go crazy, right? Oh, come on, give me another one. Give me that. Give me the next one. Okay, here we go. Come on, speed run. Been a minute. Been a minute. Get me out of here. Speed run, dude. I need another warp tunnel. We're just speed running, dude. Come on. Oh my gosh. Oh, wait. I got 10 seconds. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. No. Go down. Ah! Snap, dude. That sucked. That sucked so bad. Oh, man. Maybe it made for good entertainment for you guys, though, hopefully. Man, Mario is such an intense game to me. I don't know if everybody else sees Mario as such an intense game. Mario is so intense to me. So intense. I always get so into Mario. Like Mario and Tecmo Bowl, I get really into. There's a couple other games like that too. I think they just bring me back to a place where it's like kind of like childlike wonder or something. I don't know, man. I'm gonna just speed run it again. We're just gonna warp it out. We're gonna speed run it and warp it out. We're teleporting. We're going through portals. And no one's gonna stop me. Let's do it. Let's warp to 5. I don't want to fight Koopa again. We're skipping you, Koopa. We're gonna fight the next Koopa. Bop. Get out of here. I thought I would have hit those next ones too. I guess I didn't. Keep them in the frame. Like a freaking poison frog, dude. Lefties are like poison frogs. That's not to say the right's the answer, because the right's tripping right now, dude. Don't even get me started on the whole Kirk situation, man. It's like, Lord have mercy on his soul, but it's being hijacked and used for emotional manipulation at this point. And it's not good. Oh. We messed that up. That's okay. But it's okay. I've already talked about that enough. I don't want to... It's like... That's part of the problem, is like focusing on these psyops, these distractions for too long. Just giving it too much energy. At a certain point, it just becomes not beneficial to anybody. Ah, what? That was a weird situation. Did it again. I can't stand those dudes. Can I get a mushroom? Thank you. So when I get hit, I can hit him. Knew that was gonna happen. Oh, can't stand him. He always gets me almost. Oh, another one. Haha. Oh, man. Oh. All right, I think I'm done with games. I'm gonna read a little bit from Monastic Wisdom. We're gonna go to Monastic Wisdom. We're gonna come back over here. We're gonna shift. We're gonna shift it. We're gonna shift the camera. We're gonna come over here. I like this little backdrop. This is something nice and simple. Do some monastic wisdom here. Let's see if we can extend this, the height a little. I feel like that would be good. Yep, get that. Boom. Oh, my nose is always itching. My nose hairs. I'm becoming an old person, an old man. You get hairs in your nose. I don't got hair in my ear yet. That'd be weird. I don't want that to ever happen. It's just, what's going on with that? Like my nose hairs, and then I got the mustache and the nose hairs, and they're like interacting with each other. I'm just like, I'm always just like, ah. I think I need to start plucking my nose hair. That might be my next thing. Oh, let's get some water before we read. See, my nose itching again. Itching again. It's the worst, right? It's the worst, Shujin. It's the worst. All right. Okay, now we're on the 56th letter. 56th letter. He who made the ages and existed before the ages and in profound silence created the heavenly powers of the holy angels. And this is from the book Monastic Wisdom. It says Elder Joseph the Hesychast. It's Saint Joseph the Hesychast. This was put out before he was canonized. Ingrown nose hair. Oh, I don't know if I've had that yet. I might have. I think I have had one at least. Those do suck. Ingrown hairs, period. And then the nose is like a sensitive place. So that sucks. Okay. Christ is born to save everyone. Therefore, rejoice and exalt with the angels and shepherds of all creation, beloved children of Jesus. First of all, like the Magi, I bring you the splendid news that our sweet Jesus is born, and all creation exalts and is fragrant, for it sees its Creator held in the Virgin's arms. The angels rejoice together with it and chant melodically, "Glory to God in the highest, and on earth peace. For God, the Prince of Peace, is born, he who made the ages and existed before the ages, and in profound silence created the heavenly powers of the holy angels. He is held today in the arms of his sweetest mother. He is fed with milk and warmed in her bosom in order to save us all. Our sweet Jesus is born so that we may be reborn. He became man to save us and show us the way in which we must follow him and imitate his deeds." This is every time I open this book, it's something pertaining to what I'm talking about or what I'm going through. If you watch the monologue from earlier in this video, you're going to see how this all lines up. I haven't read this letter before. This isn't pre-planned. I just picked this book up and I just read from it because it's always got something like God. I feel like God directly speaks to me through this book. I don't want to get all like weird and prideful and but I feel like every time I've picked up this book, there's been a message that God has for me that pertains to exactly what I'm going through in the moment. A lot of the Orthodox books I have are like that. Some are more like that than others. I think with saints that are close to my patron saint, like Saint Joseph the Hesychast and Saint Paisios, they're very similar saints. And I've always had a deep connection with Saint Joseph the Hesychast. So I think that plays into it. I've always had a deep connection with monastic saints, monasticism, the Jesus prayer, going deep, isolating, just getting away from the world. And now I'm in the forest, away from the world. It's interesting. Everything is all connected. Our sweet Jesus is born so that we may be reborn. He became man to save us and show us the way in which we must follow him and imitate his deeds. He left us commandments so that we would not wander onto roads leading nowhere and walk in darkness. Our sweet Jesus took on flesh so that we may eat it and enjoy the blessed affinity, that we may become brothers of our Christ and children of his all immaculate mother, and finally, that we may become in all respects imitators of the Lord and children of the heavenly Father by grace. So let each one of us, both young and old, with every word we say, with every step we take, with every moment of night and day, examine if perhaps we do, say, or think something that is not pleasing to Christ. I was talking about the logisme, how it all starts in the mind. Your thoughts matter. Your thoughts matter. How about that? Your thoughts affect the external reality around you. I'm not talking about manifesting. I'm not talking about some new age nonsense, man. I'm talking about the thoughts you engage with will even affect the way you look at people. The thoughts you have in your head, if you have bad thoughts flowing through your head all morning, you go out, you take a walk, you look at people, you're going to have a different look in your eye than if you were praying all morning, fasting all morning, in the scriptures all morning, reading the lives of the saints all morning. It's going to be different. It's going to be different. But not only that, there's something beyond that. Your thoughts affect reality. I don't even know what that means, but there's a reality to it. There's a spiritual reality to it. It's real. Let's see, where were we? So let each one of us, both young and old, with every word we say, with every step we take, at every moment of night and day, examine if perhaps we do or think something that is not pleasing to Christ. I wonder, are we always worthy when we approach to commune Christ? I wonder, do we walk in imitation of him? I wonder, does our sweet Jesus remain within us? Does he find a place in our pure heart, or does he depart immediately? See, that's how it affects if Jesus Christ can come into your heart. When you're harboring negative thoughts, bitterness in your heart, the Holy Spirit cannot be in that same place. That's why we have to put our will to death. We have to there's a process of coming into the church. There's a process of theosis. And it's all necessary to burn away these negative aspects, like literally like forging a sword in the fire. It's the best way to explain it. A true Christian ought to examine all these things at every moment, especially one who, and then I'm not preaching to you guys, man. This is for me, man. A lot of this that I preach is for me. I'm reading from, what's up, Creepy Joe? We're reading from Monastic Wisdom. I'm pretty sure you're seeing a backwards version of it. It's a mirrored version on the screen right now, but it's Monastic Wisdom by Elder Joseph the Hesychast, aka Saint Joseph the Hesychast, after he was canonized. A true Christian ought to examine all these things at every moment, especially one who wants to walk the straight and narrow way of our Lord and reach perfection, just like you do, the beloved children of my good and kindly spiritual Son, who suffered so much and lost his health so that you would find your spiritual happiness and health. Indeed, every shepherd of rational sheep ought to sacrifice himself for the flock, imitating Christ the Master, who came to give his soul as a ransom for many. So see to it that with much mutual love, with a pure conscience, with pain of soul, and with Christ's love, you have perfect obedience to him, so that Christ is pleased, and so that this Father of yours, who cares for all of you and seeks your benefit, does not grumble. Give up your own will, for it is one's spiritual death, and let each one of you cover up each other's faults, so that Christ in turn will cover up yours. For if you seek justice from your brother, immediately you find yourself up against God, who puts up with you, the sinner. Now that he has awakened you with his grace, you don't want to put up with your weak brother? Where is your justice? And what if Christ takes his grace away from you and demands the 10,000 talents you owe? What hast thou, ungrateful man, that thou didst not receive? Now if thou didst receive it, why dost thou glory every day as if thou hadst not received it? And that's hard to read. Say to yourself, if you are standing, my soul, you do so only because grace is supporting you. And if your brother falls, he falls because grace is absent. This goes back to what I was talking about earlier in the monologue. 100% ties in. Therefore, thank God and do not usurp foreign things as if they were yours, because then God takes away his grace and gives it to him. with the result that you fall and your neighbor rises. You will see your mistake then, but it will be too late. So whoever amongst you seeks justice, seeking revenge, seeking worldly justice, operates differently than divine justice. Divine justice, we must have faith. Seeking worldly justice shows a lack of faith. It shows you don't have faith in the final judgment, in God's judgment, in divine justice. You see what I'm saying? Oh, I need to take it into my own hands. Nah, man, you gotta have patience and lay it at the feet of God. Lay it at the feet of Christ. Literally, you gotta surrender that, you know? It's gonna eat you up inside. Candace Owens, what's she doing? She's wilding out lately, man. I don't know who to trust, man. I think all these people are freaking Freemasons. That's what I think. I think everybody's a freaking Freemason. Okay, back to it. So whoever amongst you seeks justice, let him know that it is this, to bear the burden of one's brother until one's last breath, and to have perfect obedience to one's guide. Only with love is a weak person edified. And when your spiritual father sees your concord and love, he has joy and gives joy. But when he sees complaining and quarreling, his health breaks down and he meets an untimely death, leaving you orphans. I pray with all my soul for all of you together, my beloved grandchildren, humble Father Joseph. So that's him writing to his spiritual children. That's all these letters are, different letters. His spiritual children would write him a letter and he would respond. You don't see the letter from his spiritual child, probably for, privacy issues. Who knows, they were coming to him with different personal issues. But this whole book is just a bunch of his letters in response to his spiritual children. So much wisdom in here. Let's do another one. The 57th letter. I need some water. My voice is... That's the thing, I just I'll try, some of the things she says seem true, but it's just where's this going? I don't know, she's Catholic. Her husband's like what, British royalty or something? I don't know where this is all going. If it ain't leading to orthodoxy in Christ, I just don't, if it isn't leading to the truth, the living truth, Christ, who's inseparable from his church, I'm telling you, go down church history, Christ is inseparable from the Holy Orthodox Church. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And that's what these people are trying to do. They're trying to separate faith and works. They're trying to separate Christ from his church. They're trying to separate truth and love. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? These things that go together, they're synergistic. They are the holistic. They're trying to separate the holistic into these little pockets of heretical nonsense. They split these things up that can never be split up. They work together. They go together. They're synergistic. They can't be separated. Truth and love, Christ in his church, faith and works, they go hand in hand. Just like it states in the book of James. That's why Martin Luther wanted to separate those things, so he could implement these doctrines, these heretical doctrines of sola fide, salvation by faith alone. His own assistant had to stop him from taking the book of James out of the canon of Scripture. His assistant was like, he was a Protestant. He was like, you gone too far, Martin. You gone too far. He had to shut it down. Even Martin Luther acknowledged that the Greeks, he would constantly in debate, he would reference the Greek Orthodox Church as being the true church. Yet he went off and started his own church. If that ain't pride, I don't know what is. Okay, the 57th letter. The beautiful rocks theologize like voiceless theologians, as does all of nature. My dear priest, I wrote and sent that short letter of mine before reading yours, because they were in a rush to make it to the post office in Daphne. Upon reading it, I was very moved to see that you remember the beautiful crags, which are so carefree and quiet. As for me, after I sent you that long letter about the demons, my attitude towards you changed. Abundant love. Often your face revolved around in my mind. I mentally kissed you many times and wondered, what could this mean? I said to myself, either my good son is taking great care to comfort us, or something else happened to him. And now that I have seen your letter and the treats you arranged for us, I understood that this was it. And I marveled at the consoling and clairvoyant revelations of the all-wise God. How swiftly does he inform us when another person changes, a spiritual bond, an invisible communication, an exchange of love, notification from God. There is nothing sweeter or more precious than to understand divine revelations. So come, my dearly beloved son. Come now, even if for only one day, to talk about God and theologize, to enjoy what you yearn for, to listen to the rough crags, those mystical and silent theologians, which expound deep thoughts and guide the heart and nous towards the Creator. See, where this is it. Those mystical and silent theologians, which expound deep thoughts and guide the heart and nous towards the Creator. These people you're listening to online, where are they guiding your heart and your nous? Where are they guiding your heart and your nous? These people you listen to, these spiritual gurus, whoever you're listening to, these false Christians, these Protestants, these people that have been propped up on pedestals by themselves or by other people. Where are they leading you to? That's the thing. Like, if they're not leading your heart and your nous towards the Creator, towards Christ and His church, it's a waste of time, man. It really is. After spring, it is beautiful here, from Holy Pascha until Panagia's Day in August. The beautiful rocks theologize like voiceless theologians, as does all of nature. That's kind of beautiful. Each creature with its own voice or its silence. If you bump your hand against a little plant, immediately it shouts very loudly with its natural fragrance. Ouch! You didn't see me, but hit me. And so on. Everything has its own voice, so that when the wind blows, their movement creates a harmonious musical doxology to God. And what more shall we say about the creeping things and winged birds? When that saint sent his disciple to tell the frogs to be quiet so that they could read the midnight service, they answered him, "Be patient until we're done with matins." That's funny, because St. Paisios, there's a story of St. Paisios. There was a man who came to visit St. Paisios, and St. Paisios goes outside of his hut, and he ends up calling this frog out of like a swamp. He had like a pet frog named Bayou. Bayun? Something like that. It was like similar to Bayou. And he had this pet frog that he called out of the wilderness on command. He would come out of the wilderness, this frog on command. St. Paisios, when he would call him. And St. Paisios would pray with this frog. This frog would pray with St. Paisios and do prostrations. This was a story from another gentleman who came to visit Paisios, and Paisios would tell the pet frog to come out and demonstrate for the man who was visiting how to be a true Christian, how to properly praise. Like, let the frog show you. It was crazy. It's a crazy story. Look it up. It's a great story. Let's see, where are we? I keep losing my point. Okay, be patient until we're done with matins. So, my beloved son, this is what the wilderness has that you long for. Whenever you wish, come with one or two people of your synodia. The truth is, these days I was expecting you to come and rest a little. In fact, I was going to tell you to stay in this cell of ours to have perfect silence. But since you didn't come, we shall wait for another time in the summer. For your therapy, stay here a little in the summer. Rest and quiet are very conducive to man's twofold health. You see that during these bad times, you have been very useful to us. I need you to stay alive as long as I am also alive. But when I die, you can follow too if you want to, and we shall go together to the place where our sweet Jesus will give us repose with his eternal blessings, where we shall rejoice together continuously with our sweet and dear mother, the sweetest fragrance of every breath of Christians, where we shall delight with the angels and the saints. I am not doing so well. I have this hyperalbuminia, and I am constantly all swollen up and feel faint. Perhaps I have just a few days left. I am begging God to take me so that I can rest. I have become tired of this life. If I die, do not forget me in your liturgy, and I shall pray for you much more from there if I find more quiet. Man, why was that? This is making me tear up a little bit. Lord have mercy. Woof. That dude's like writing to Saint Joseph the Hesychast as he's dying, dude. That's wild. And he's like, stay alive as long as I'm alive. And if you want to go when I die, we can go together to heaven. That's crazy. I don't know who that was. That sounded like St. Joseph the Hesychast's spiritual father. It sounded like he was talking to him as a spiritual son. That was interesting. Oh, wait, that was the letter from St. Joseph the Hesychast. Oh, I'm all mixed up. That's interesting. So St. Joseph the Hesychast at the point of that letter was dying. I couldn't really pronounce what he had. It sounded like some sort of leukemia or hyperal, hyperalbuminemia. It's a mouthful right there. I can't pronounce that. I'm usually pretty good with big words, but that's a new one for me. Wow, that was kind of sad. That was St. Joseph the Hesychast writing as he was dying. And this is towards the end of the book, too. Getting towards the end there, just a little bit left. I think we'll end on that note. Yeah, man, that was kind of deep. I don't know if I'm going to be able to top that. That's the kind of thing you just want to kind of like sit in silence and kind of soak in for a minute. You know what I mean? Well, Christ tells us in the scriptures, you know what I mean? Like the truth claim in terms of Christ being the truth. He says, I am the truth, the way, and the life. The followers of the original followers of Christianity were originally called the way. Followers of the way. And the evil one is the father of lies. He's the father of all deception. He can't even create. The evil one can't create, but what he can do is he can pervert and he can invert. He can pervert and invert the truth. And when you think about it, it not only does it make sense, it's like, it's something that I can't even explain to you. It's something that you have to live. It's something that you have to live to know it's true. You have to go to liturgy, literally. You have to go to liturgy. You have to live this. I can't explain it to you through a screen, man. It's not going to do it justice. You've got to live it, and you'll know it. You'll know it. You'll know it because you'll start living it, and things will start happening to you. Christ will start showing you things. He'll start doing things in your life that are not coincidences. And he'll show you that they're not coincidences. Like 4, 5 coincidences happening at the same time. It's too many. It's not a coincidence. There is no coincidences, but he's going to show you that. He'll show you that. If you really start genuinely reaching out to Christ, moving towards liturgy, moving towards Orthodoxy as church, moving towards Christ, the truth, the living truth, the living word, with a capital T, with a capital W, he'll reciprocate. He'll show you. He'll show you you're moving in the right direction. He'll give you confirmation on multiple occasions. And then there may even be dry seasons where he tests your faith. But you'll have to remember those confirmations. You'll have to keep them dear to your heart, close to your heart. Because that's what's going to carry you through those dark seasons. But during those dark seasons, that's where you're going really strong. That's where he's like letting your roots dig deeper into the soil. And really building a foundation of faith. He's testing your faith. So my advice, Shujin, go to Orthodox Church. It's the same thing Tony's saying. Go to the Orthodox Church and talk to a priest and ask him these questions. Ask him any question. And listen to what he says. And go home and pray about it. St. Joseph's. Is it Catholic? Yeah, if it's Catholic, I wouldn't go there. But I mean, you know, everybody's on their own journey. You know what I mean? Go where you need to go. God will lead you where you need to be. But the Roman Catholic Church is a dangerous church, and it is heretical. And there's a lot of homosexuality in the priesthood, unfortunately. And it's not a safe place to raise a family. Because of that, there's a lot of molestation that happens, and it's not somewhere you would want to raise up a family in. For that reason and many others. It's actually a spiritual issue. It's a spiritual issue that manifests itself physically. Just like the prostration is a physical thing that manifests itself spiritually. These things are all connected, the physical and the spiritual. They're inseparable. And the more you live and walk in the Orthodox life, the more you will see this in your own life. So I think that's it, man. I don't know what else to say. But some things you just have to kind of live. They can't even really be spoken to you. You have to live them out to see the truth of what they are. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I wanted to go a little longer, but my voice is fading. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's going. And yeah, man, I really enjoyed this. Thanks, Shujin. Much love to you, man. Sorry if I was being a douche about David Icke earlier. I used to be into him a lot. Not like a lot, but I was interested in all different types of theories. I was just kind of, I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I've been down all kinds of rabbit holes. And there, who knows, there might be some truth to it, but I feel like ultimately at the end, it kind of veers off into a delusional state. But either way, man, it's all love, and there's conspiracy theories, man. A lot of it, it's just like it's really, most of it is just truth before the public finds out about it, before it's socially acceptable. Most conspiracy theories are just truth before it's socially acceptable. They just hit the market a little bit early. It's a little bit ahead of the game, you know. And then a few years later, there's a confirmation. Oh, we are spraying the skies with chemtrails. That wasn't a conspiracy. Oh, that was real. Okay. It all kind of, the truth always comes to light. It's just a matter of time, you know. All these things that they say in the scriptures, they're all true, 100%. Read the Septuagint. Don't read the Masoretic text. The Masoretic text is altered by the Jews to hide the divinity of Christ in multiple areas. That's why the Greek Septuagint is so key. This is why orthodoxy is key. Orthodoxy will tell you this. Not even everyone in orthodoxy will tell you this. You have to take some initiative. I learned this on my own. But orthodoxy has the tools to lead you there. Okay? So, go to the Orthodox Church, you know, just go and tap in. And much love, Shujin, and much love, Jason, and much love, Kristen, and everybody who tuned in, man. I got nothing but love for you guys. I meant to put, I guess my Streamlabs link isn't working. I got to figure that out. I'm not as computer savvy as I would like to be, but we're working it out. We're learning as we go. And if you do want to donate, I'll put the PayPal link in the description afterwards. It would really help. We're not in the best place, my family and I, right now, financially. The next 2 months are going to be rough. They're going to be rough. I'm going to need help. I'm going to need a miracle, honestly. But, you know, God can do anything. And, yeah, man, every struggle. Every struggle is for our salvation. Much love, guys.